Hello Edou Explorer, thanks for joining us and welcome back to our channel. If you are joining us for the first time here at Edou Explorer, we go beyond borders to bring you inspiring content and also some very educating information. Hopefully you had some time to review our previous videos. If you haven't done so, we will encourage you to check our channel. Today we shall be looking at the life history of Denis Sassou-Nguesso. By the end of this video, we will give you a clear picture as to his entire biography, from where he came from and where he is at the moment. We shall also shine our light on with regards to his political career, and by the end of this video you will have a clear understanding of who this man is, and currently he's the #1 strongman in the Republic of the Congo. Without any much delay, we should just go straight into it. Denis Sassou-Nguesso, born in 1943 at Edou in the Republic of the Congo, is a Congolese politician and former military leader who twice served as president of the Republic of the Congo from 1979 to 1992, thereafter from 1997 and counting. Sassou-Nguesso attended Loubomo Secondary School from 1956 until 1961. He then joined the military later then, which sent him to Algeria and France for military training. In 1963, Sassou-Nguesso was appointed commander of military forces in Brazzaville, and by the early 1970s has risen to the rank of colonel. During this time, Sassou-Nguesso took an active role in politics. He joined the Congolese Labour Party, which is known as the Parti Congolais du Travail, the PCT, which embraced a Marxist-Leninist ideology and was designated the country's sole ruling party in 1970. Sassou-Nguesso became a protégé of President Marien Ngouabi since 1968 until 1977, who appointed him Minister of Defense in 1975. After Ngouabi was assassinated in 1977, Sassou-Nguesso's rivals within the PCT, Joachim Yhombi-Opango, came to power and appointed Sassou-Nguesso first vice president of the PCT Military Committee. Yhombi-Opango was forced to resign in February 1979, and the following month the PCT appointed Sassou-Nguesso president of the Republic. He also became the head of the party during that particular appointment. Although Sassou-Nguesso's political roots were Marxist-Leninist in nature, as president he adopted a pro-Western approach when it was pragmatic to do so. The countries initially enjoyed a period of relative stability under Sassou-Nguesso, and the PCT re-elected him to the presidency in 1984 and again in 1989. In the regional affairs, he has been chosen to serve as chairman of the Organization of African Unity, then, which was the AOAU, from 1986 to 1987. Falling oil prices in the 1980s contributed to a faltering economy and growing discontent in the country. In response, the PCT officially abandoned its Marxist-Leninist policies in 1990, a move that did not bode well for Sassou-Nguesso. The country's first multi-party elections were held in August 1992. Sassou-Nguesso was eliminated in the first round of voting, and Pascal Lissouba of the Pan-African Union for Social Development, Union Pan-Africaine pour le Démocratique Social, as it pronounced in the French acronym, was elected president. After a brief alliance with the OPAD that dissolved in the late September of that particular year, Sassou-Nguesso and the PCT allied itself with the Union for Democratic Renewal, which is also known as the Union pour le Renouvellement Démocratique in that particular country, forming an opposition body and initiating act of civil disobedience against Lissouba's administration. In 1993, militia supportive of Sassou-Nguesso's clash with the government forces and escalating violence continued into the next year. Tensions between Sassou-Nguessos and Lissouba were never resolved, and violence between their militias erupted again in the months prior to the 1997 presidential and legislative elections, initiating a 2-year civil war. In the fall of 1997, Lissouba was forced into exile and Sassou-Nguesso was once again declared president. Although a ceasefire was declared in 1990, Sassou-Nguesso was faced with violence and persistence in some regions of the country. In addition, he was confronted with continued economic problems with allegations of corruption within the government. In response, Sassou-Nguesso implemented a series of economic and political reforms to rebuild the country from bankruptcy and strengthened the democratic process. Although the legitimacy of the democratic reforms was often called into question by the opposition parties. Sassou-Nguesso was re-elected in 2002 in an election clouded by controversy. Some opposition candidates boycotted the race, claiming that democratic reforms was still lacking and that the elections would not be free and fair. As a result, Sassou-Nguesso faced no real competition, and the legitimacy of his overwhelming victory was disputed by the opposition. Despite challenges to his leadership within the country, in 2006-2007 year, Sassou-Nguesso was again tapped to serve in regional positions when he was named chairman of African Union, the successor of the OAU. In December of 2008, Sassou-Nguesso and President Omar Bongo of Gabon and Teodoro Obiangema Masongo of Equatorial Guinea were target of a lawsuit that accused them of misuse of public funds, embezzlement and money laundering in connections with luxury properties in France. The controversy surrounding the allegations brought forward by the lawsuit seemed to have little bearings on Sassou-Nguesso as he prepared for the July 12, 2009 presidential election. As in 2002, the elections was again boycotted by the main opposition candidate, and Sassou-Nguesso was re-elected by a wide margin of victory. Although the oppositions and some organizations claimed that there were incidents of fraud and intimidation, international observers from the AU declared the elections free and fair. Although Nguema Sassou-Nguesso was barred by constitutions from standing for another term as president, steps were set in motion to work around the limitations. A proposal to amend the constitution to eliminate term limits and raise the maximum age for a presidential candidate, changes that would allow Sassou-Nguesso to stand for another presidential term. That was put into the referendum in October of 2015. The opposition boycotted the referendum, but officials reported that almost 3/4 of the registered voters turned out to vote, and that's over 92% indicated that they were in favor of the proposal. Sassou-Nguesso was indeed the PCT candidate in the 2016 presidential elections again, which took place amid much criticism, total criticism in general, because of the way that the communications and blackout, the internet shutdown and cuts were experienced during that particular election period. Sassou-Nguesso was victorious, with officials claiming that he won about 60% of the vote. This was disputed by the opposition. Hopefully, we've informed you with regards to this particular president and where he came from and where he is at the moment. He is the #1 strongman in the Republic of the Congo. Hopefully, we shall be bringing you a little bit more in the years to come with regards to his management style, his presidency. He's created lots of friends and enemies as well, and also there are those in his nation that likes his approach, and there are, like any other president, there are others who do not like his approach. Again, we want to thank you for joining us. If you're joining us for the first time, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel and share our videos to your different network. For now, thanks very much. We're looking forward to meeting you again in our next episode. Bye-bye.